This is CPM Calculus chapter 6, number 75. So when riding his bike to a pond, so here's Stephen, his distance in miles is modeled by this equation. The lake is 9 miles away, and we have this equation gives us, we have t in hours. Okay, so we know time 0, 9 miles away, he arrives at the pond. We don't know the time he's there yet. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at A. A says, what is his maximum velocity? When did it occur? So for that, remember, we're given our distance equation. We need to, in order to find the velocity equation, we need to find the derivative of that. So that's 3t squared minus, bring down the 2, 6t plus 3. So that's his velocity equation. To find the maximum velocity, we find v prime, right? V prime of t equals to 0. So what's v prime of t? Well, we take the derivative of velocity. We get 6t minus 6 equals to 0. Solve for t, add 6 both sides, divide by 6. We get t is 1. Okay, so t is 1 hour. Remember, this is our critical point, or one of our critical. We only have one, but this gives our critical points, and we have one of them now, right? So we also have to check our endpoints. Okay, so we know somewhere around here at t is equal to 1, there could be a maximum velocity. His beginning time might be a maximum, and his end time. Well, how do we find his end time? Well, we know that this is his distance, right? We know, so let's go ahead and find the endpoints. We know we started time is 0. The end distance, s of t at the very end, is going to be 9 miles, right? So we can go ahead and solve this equation. Okay, when this is equal to 9, we can plug it into our calculator and solve it, and that's going to give us t is equal to 3. In fact, you could see it, t cubed is going to be 3 cubed is 27, minus 3 times 3 squared is going to be minus 27. These are going to cancel out. And then we have plus 3 times 3. So that's going to give us 9. So we know at t is equal to 3 hours is our endpoint. Right? So we have time is 0 hours, time is 1 hour, time is 3 hours. So those are our possible answers to when his maximum velocity occurs. So let's go ahead and check. At time is 0, what is velocity at time 0? So we plug into this equation 0. So we get 3 times 0 squared, so that cancels, minus 0 cancels, equal plus 3. So at time 0, we know he's going 3 miles per hour. Okay? At time is equal to 1 hour, what is his speed? Okay, so we plug in 1 into t. So we know t is 1 there, so we get 3 minus 6 times 1 plus 3, that's equal to 0. And finally, we have t is equal to 3 hours. What is his speed? We plug in 3. 3 there is 27. Minus 6 times 3 is 18 plus 3. So that is going to be 9 plus 3 is 12 miles per hour. Okay, so these are our endpoints here, and this is our critical point. And which one of these gives us a maximum velocity? Well, here's our maximum, right? At time is equal to 3 hours, so when did it occur? At time is 3. What is his maximum velocity? 12 miles per hour. Alright, let's go on to part B. Part B says, did he ever stop during the trip? Well, did he stop? Definitely yes, because we see at time is equal to 1 hour, his speed is 0 miles per hour, right? We could also check this by saying, well, this would say v of t is equal to 0. Okay, so v of t is equal to 0 just means v of t we know is 3t squared minus 6t plus 3 equals to 0. And we're solving for this. We can solve it in our calculator again, or we can go ahead and factor this one. Factor out 3. Factor 3 from the 6 makes it 2. Divide both sides by 3, we just get 2 squared minus t squared minus 2t plus 1 is equal to 0. Then this becomes t minus 1 times t minus 1 equals to 0. So that tells us t equals to 1. At time is 1 hour, we stop, right? That means when time is 1 hour, this is true, and the velocity is equal to 0. Okay? And we also found that out, remember, here at time is equal to 1, we had 0 miles per hour, means his bike was not moving. Finally, in part C, it says, what is the average velocity? Well, velocity average, we know, is just going to be the change in distance over the change in time. Okay? So what is this change in distance? Well, we know he goes from 0 to 9 miles, right? So his change in distance is 9 miles. And his change in time, we know that it takes him from 0 to 3 hours, so it takes him 3 hours to get there. So the average is just looking at this, and that's going to be 9 divided by 3, or 3 miles per hour. Okay? That's going to end for us CPM Chapter 6, number 75.